Today I'm going to be installing some front fog lights on a 1965 Mustang. This is a fog light kit I got off eBay. It's about $150 total for everything. The fog light chrome bars, chrome quality is pretty excellent. Does come with hardware. We'll see if that's every bit of hardware or not. Came with the light bulbs and the light housings. Everything was packed real nice. Everything arrived in really good shape. So we'll get started and see how this goes. These bars mount up in the grill on these horizontal bars. So I'll get a look on how this thing goes. So to get started here, we've got to pull these side pieces off. I've opted to do it in place. If you wanted to do it out of place, there's a bolt down here underneath that is a 3/8 that bolts up into this. And then there's a couple screws here and some 5/16 screws on both sides here. Then you can pull this off and work on it on a table if that's the way you want to do it. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the 5/16 nut driver to pull these out, and 5/16 wrench to pull these out, and then this will come right off and I can slap them right on in place. We'll see how that goes. So the old piece came off super easy with the 5/16. Two little screws. You want to make sure you get them back in the right places. Came right off. Took less than a minute to get that off. And here's what we look like without it. We had one screw here, and then we've got one screw here that's got a piece that holds it in place. So this should go pretty quick. So this light housing came with nice new hardware. The little 5/16 screw that I took out, they had a new one, so I'll just use the new one and stick the old one in my fine collection. The other 5/16 that was holding the original stock piece, you can see, is been replaced. There's a bracket here that I wanted to keep intact in case we ever decide we want to install that stock piece in. It won't be rattling the grill around. It'll keep the grill tighter, a little nicer looking. And then there's a bolt here that bolts right through the stock screen and looks pretty good. So I will put the light housings and light bulbs in next. I'm gonna have a quick review point here. We've got both sides installed. All you need is that 5/16 nut driver, 5/16 wrench, and a 9/16 to run these bolts in here. You can see there's a mesh. Started at the bottom, counted up 6 on this side. Started at the bottom, counted up 6 on that side. That ensures you're nice and level, as long as your grill isn't messed up. This one, everything lined up perfectly. So we're on to putting the lights in. So these lights don't come assembled. The bulbs come separately. I guess that's so you could do an LED upgrade if you want to. I went with the regular light bulbs. There's no LED upgrade here. I just wanted a classicer look, and therefore you don't have to worry about polarity on these. The other one hooks either way. You can see the bezel comes off with a fairly large screwdriver. If you use a small one, it'll spin in the holes. It's just pot metal screws going into these holes, and this is the way it comes. So That only takes a couple minutes and you're good to go. Phillips screwdriver, probably a number 2, works best for me. So there she is, 1965 Mustang with the GT fog lights added. Way cooler looking. 57 Chevy truck. This install took about a half hour. I did not do the wiring. I'll do that on another video. I got one of the Mustang fog lamps, and we'll probably pull power from the regular lights and then run it out to here. But these look pretty cool. 5/16 nut driver, 5/16 socket, 9/16. I used a ratchet wrench for part of it, and then to get these lights on, you really need a 15-degree offset regular Craftsman wrench. A lot of other wrenches have that same 15-degree offset too, but with the offset it fits perfect and up underneath these to get these guys screwed in and tightened down. Don't over tighten them, you'll break something. I didn't break anything, didn't over tighten anything. Everything just snugs up on these old cars with pot metal. If you're real worried about it coming apart, get yourself some Loctite and use that. So there it is, 65 Mustang, all finished with the GT lights.